I actually stayed up all night long preparing to deliver something that's going to offer tremendous value for you today. I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here and being present. Each of you are leaders in your own right. Your time is extremely valuable, and you could be doing anything at all on this Saturday. So by the time we get to the end of our time together, I promise that there's going to be something that's going to help you tremendously. I just want to say, listen, it's the technology. So we might have some glitches. I want to say I'm super nervous, but I'm also super excited because the future is upon us. So again, thank you. I'm committed that by the time we get to the end of this webinar, your perspective will be shifted. You'll be encouraged. You'll be inspired to take action. When we talk about pivoting in a pandemic, for some of us, it's switching what we do. But for others of us, it's taking the knowledge and the skills and the expertise and the resources you already have and just looking at it another way. So I'm so excited to be with you all. People are still coming into the meeting. So I'm going to start my PowerPoint presentation. And what I want to do is begin with an exercise. So I want you to get a pen. I want you to get a piece of paper. You will get the most value from this if you take notes. I'm going to give you something that if you look at the next quarter, if you look at September, October, November, December, if you follow what I'm sharing today, I promise you, you will be set up and prepared for the future. So the first thing I want to do is do an exercise. I want to share a tool with you, and this tool helps us get clarity. Clarity in anything is one of the greatest gifts we can give to ourselves because it helps us move into the future powerfully. So I'm going to play something for us now.
Called the Clarity Tool, and I'm going to ask you to answer four simple questions. The first question is, what is your current status? Where are you? Where are you in your business? Where are you in your family? Where are you in your work? Right now, I'm making X amount of money and I'm looking to make more. Where are you in your ministry? I'm reaching X amount of people. I'm looking to make more. I'm living here. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Where are you? Describe your current situation. Question number two, I want you to project into the future. And I want you to look at 1 year from now, where will you be? And so for question number two, I want you to look and consider, what are your 1 year goals from now? What are you looking to achieve a year from now? If you project yourself into the future a year from now and you look back, what will you see? What will you have accomplished? Step number three, or question number three, I want you to ask yourself, why are these goals important? For what you're looking to achieve a year from now, why is it important to you to achieve those goals? It's one thing to set a goal, but it's another to know why achieving your goal is important. If you're connected to why achieving your goal is important, when it gets a little tough or when it gets a little bit difficult, you're going to push through and you're going to keep going. And so that's what we want to get to here. Why is achieving your goals important? And then the last and final question for this exercise is simply, what are the capabilities you need to achieve the goal? You know you have a goal, you see it, you see the end in mind, you know you're going to get there. I'm going to help you get there. You're going to help yourself get there. You know why the goal is important. Now I want you to think about, what are the capabilities you need to achieve your goal? What knowledge and skill sets, what information and resources do you need? What is it? What's missing so that you can fill it in? It should take you just about 5 minutes or so, but the implications, the impact of this will be so powerful for you. I want you to fill this out.
Wow, great job, everybody. If you could wave your hands and just let me know if that was a benefit for you. Amen. Thank you all so much. Please feel free to continue with that exercise. I'm actually going to give you a book and I'm going to give you a workbook just for attending. I'm so thankful that you're here. And so in the workbook, you'll have the clarity exercise, and you'll also have some other exercises that I'll be sharing throughout the rest of the webinar. But I thought doing that exercise provided tremendous value for us because it helps ground us in where we're looking to go. 2020 already has been one of the most difficult times. I don't know if for you, but for me it has. I think there was the great writer who said that it was the best of times and it was the worst of times. We were all looking and thinking that 2020 was going to be one thing, but it ended up being another. I want to ask you a question. In 10 years from now, when someone asks you and says, what happened to you in 2020? What will your answer be? When someone says, you know, the world changed in 2020, something shifted in 2020, was 2020 the start of something powerful for you? Or was 2020 the beginning of the end? I believe that because you're here, this is going to be the start of something very powerful. So the reason we're here, and I want to say the chat room is open. Thank you, Dr. Rodney, for sharing. Thank you, Latrice, for sharing. Thank you all just for being here. The way we got here is because 2020 is a year like none other. The way we got here is because 2020 is a year of transition. And when the COVID-19 pandemic hit, everything came to a halt. And this is a part of doing a live webinar. I'm here going through my PowerPoint presentation, and y'all are not seeing my PowerPoint presentation, but this is amazing. I'm going to share my screen now. So COVID-19 has created a transitional period that we were not prepared for. And so everything came to a halt. I don't know if you remember, there was a period where it's like everything was open, the pandemic hit, and then everything shut down, right? So it was like 1 week, everything was open. And then the next week, we had businesses, organizations, and ministries almost closed down overnight. What's interesting, there was a town, I want to say it was in Utah, but this happened all around the country. On the same street, on opposite sides of the street, you had two restaurants. There was one restaurant owner when the lockdown came who went home, who was mad and who was upset. He complained about Trump, he complained about the Chinese, and all the while his restaurant was still closed down. On the other side of the street, about a mile down the road, you had another restaurant owned by two brothers. They sat during the lockdown, but when they began to slowly reopen, they pivoted and they started their own drive-through for their restaurant. They started an app where people can go online and order for them. They even rearranged their kitchen so that the cooking spaces were 6 feet apart from one another so that they could keep doing business. At this point, they report their business doubling since the COVID-19 pandemic. I'll tell you another story of a therapist. She's a counselor, and since the COVID-19 pandemic happened, she's not able to meet with people one-on-one. She started her own virtual practice, and since she started the virtual practice, she reports her business quadrupling while she's doing it in the comfort of her home. Many of us, and it's one of the things that hits closest to home for me, know about ministries that haven't met since the COVID-19 pandemic, or we know about ministries that feel compelled to meet. because they don't have a digital strategy. Consider that we're in a new normal, but we just have to figure out how to navigate it. And so we understand that pivoting at this point now becomes a matter of survival. It's like pivot or perish. Some of us on the call have heard that. Some of us will say pivot or become obsolete. If we don't pivot 10 years from now, what will people say about what happened to you in 2019, in 2020? So my pastor's here. She's on the line. Pastor Dawn, I want to give a big shout out to you. Thank you so much, because a conversation leads to revelation. And this is part of my story. We're going to go through the digital ecosystem and we're going to get out of here soon. I'm going to give you tremendous value. But it was in a conversation I was having with Pastor Dawn about the impact of the COVID-19 situation and what could we do, what was needed. And out of that, Pastor Dawn and I, we discovered, and Pastor Dawn shared, that it would be helpful for leaders to have clarity. It would be helpful for leaders to have a system. I understand that we're leaders, we don't have the time to figure out what's going on with all of this digital stuff. We might not have the budget to figure out what's going on with all of this digital stuff, but we're interested. And so for me, I'm a digital marketing person. I'm a consultant. I work in this industry, and I know what works and I know what doesn't work. And so as a point of ministry, as a point of outreach, me doing what I could do, but me also trying to fill a need, I said, Pastor Dawn, I can create a system that people can use not only for ministries, but also for businesses, but also for nonprofit organizations. If you have a brand, almost if you want to create a digital enterprise, I want to help you pivot for the future. And so that's how the digital ecosystem was born. I watch people in my consulting who post on Facebook only, post on Instagram only, do certain things, and it doesn't get the results that they want. So today I'm going to show you how to create a system so that you can get the results that you want. So the digital ecosystem, and you can take notes, consists of live outreach, automated outreach, digital real estate, community or tribe building, expansion and growth, and money matters. If you take care of these 6 areas, no matter who you are, no matter what you do, no matter what your industry is, you will be able to be viable and successful in the future. Here is a visual image of what the digital ecosystem looks like for those of you who are more visual. These are the areas that we're going to cover today. So what I'm going to do is tell you about the theory overall, and then I'm going to give you some tangible homework that you can take home and do to activate yourself. By the time you leave here in the next 45 minutes or so, you're going to have all the tools, the skills, everything you need to go out and to implement. So I'm so excited. So live outreach, I hope that you're taking notes. This is the first pillar of the digital ecosystem. The theory of live outreach is that you want to be present for people during this time. You want to make yourself available, and you want to be consistent, you want to be present, and you want to be creative. So many people are losing their audience during this time, and then others are gaining an audience during this time because of their presence. So the general idea behind live outreach is that you'll create a schedule of dates and times that you'll go live. Okay? Create a list of topics that you can go live about, and then cross-stream on platforms. That's the high-level overview. But I'm gonna break it down and give you something very small you can do today. But this is the high-level overview. So the immediate action, what you can do today, is to choose one platform to go live on regularly with your message. If you're a minister, if you're a pastor, you want to go live, perhaps Sunday is your day, perhaps Wednesday is your day. If you're a business owner or an entrepreneur, perhaps you choose a Thursday or a Friday where you're giving out content, where you're teaching and being present for your people. If you're a director of a nonprofit organization, maybe you can do things like do interviews with the folks, but be present in a live setting. Even if it's Zoom, because I know some of you are leery about Facebook Live and Instagram Live. Consider that you can do a Zoom meeting and invite only those who you'd like to be a part of the meeting. So your one takeaway from live outreach, this is the first pillar, it's the most important thing, is to choose one platform to go live on regularly with your message. What I want to challenge you to do with this is be consistent for at least 3 months on this platform. Same day, same time, same platform for 3 months. And at the end of that 3 months, something's going to change for you dramatically. Your audience is going to grow. Everything else is going to shift. This is the first pillar, is to go live and be present for your people. When you do that, you build authority, you build likability, and you build trust, so that when you're looking to do something in the future, you've already been present. Let's go now to our second pillar. This is automated outreach. The biggest benefit, or one of the biggest benefits to using the internet and digital systems, is that you can automate things. And this is powerful because you don't have to reach out to everybody one-on-one. You can grow your audience, and it's almost like you can set it and forget it. So the high-level theory to this is that in order to reach more people and not become overwhelmed, you have to automate. And then also when you scale, when you're making 20,000 and 30,000, or when you're reaching 10,000 people, 20,000 people, you want to be able to automate it. So the high level overview, the idea behind automation is that you're going to create what's called a customer or a partner journey. Just make a note of that somewhere. I need to create a journey for my partners. You want to funnel them through this journey in an automated way. So you can automate your communications. You can automate the social media posts that you put up. You can schedule them all the way months ahead in advance. You could automate the emails that you're sending out to people. And we're going to talk about this in a minute. You'll create an email list, and every week you send an email. Every month you send an email. But what you do is you automate and schedule it so you're not overwhelmed, right? You don't want to be up the night before typing an email. Oh my gosh, I got to send out this email. This is how you handle that. And what you do is you nurture the relationships with your automation. You have your live events where you're going live, but then you're nurturing the relationship through the automation. So what I want you to do to implement something in the area of automation, I want you to provide an opportunity for people to connect with you. For some of us, we already have this opportunity, but for some of us, people are looking to connect with us, but they don't have the opportunity. So provide an opportunity, whether it's a free gift, whether it's an opportunity to be a part of your community, right? Something that is going to be an ethical bribe, I call it. An ethical bribe to get your information was for you to have registration information for the call, right? That's an ethical bribe. Giving them knowledge and resources and information you have, whether it's a checklist or something like this. Then I want you to actually communicate with the people on your list. I know. Oh my gosh, I have to communicate with these people, but you can automate it. You can schedule it. The next thing is to nurture the relationship with pre-produced content. Okay. Teach them something, share something with them, but automate it and do it ahead of time. So far we have live outreach is the first pillar. And you're going to pick your day and time to go live or to share with your community. The second pillar was automated outreach. And you're going to start your email outreach. What I want you to do, this is a high level, this is deep stuff. This is deep stuff. The people make you pay for this stuff. Open an account with the email CRM. Use MailChimp or ActiveCampaign. Don't use your personal email address. Separate it out because it will get mixed up. Think about having 10,000 emails going out from your personal address in your personal box. When Aunt Sally messages you, you might miss it, and that's no good. So separate it. Get what's called a CRM. A CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. You want a customer relationship management software. That's MailChimp or ActiveCampaign. Create the list, like I said. When you see it, you'll have a list. Email address, phone number, first name, last name, address. Family, the email list is gold. The email list is gold. Say it with me now. The email list is gold. Say it with me now. The email list is, one more time. The email list is gold. Listen, for everybody, money is not the thing. You're not trying to get to the money yet. But when I tell you the email list, the money is in the follow-up. The money is in the email list. I know some people who send emails every day. The money's solicitations for donations, send an email. Am I frozen? I'm frozen, no. The email, solicitation for donations, send an email. Sell a product, send an email. Product launch, send an email. Send the email. The email list is gold. Watch this, and we're going to talk about it in a second, because if anything ever goes down, you have your contacts. So what you want to do is give people an opportunity to become a part of your email list. This is how you nurture your community. They'll start knowing, hey, every Monday, I'm going to get an email from such and such, and they're going to teach me about such and such. They're going to give me an opportunity to share and to tap in. So a few ideas for you. You're like, Lorenzo, what can I do for my email? All right, bet, I got you. You can do a newsletter about anything. You can do a deal of the day. You can scout the internet for deals and share them with people. Extreme couponers. You can do a prayer or a scripture of the day. You could do a did you know? You could do current events or articles. I just saw this article. I thought it might be good for you, right? I see Dr. Rodney, who's a doctor, a psychologist. She can send out the latest news from psychotherapy to the people about the best practices of what you could do. Things like that. You could send encouraging or motivational words. You could send opportunities, check-ins. Pastor Dawn regularly does a check-in. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Literally anything you can think of, but you can send something, and you can even get somebody to create it for you. But just say it one more time, the email list is gold. Awesome. Our next section, I hope y'all are rocking with me. Just give me some energy, give me some hands if you're getting something from this. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, family. So digital real estate, this is the third pillar. The theory is that digital real estate, and get this, is just as valuable, if not more valuable, than concrete real estate. I want to shift your mind about something. Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you, everybody, for being here and being present. I'm endeavoring to deliver tremendous value. So digital real estate is just as valuable, if not more valuable, than concrete real estate. And digital real estate is actually assets you can monetize. And so it's put into two categories, as real estate is. Real estate you rent and real estate you own. And I'm going to give you the distinction. You rent and own digital real estate. And the overall high-level strategy, and I'm going to give you some homework, high-level strategy, I'm going to give you some homework. But the high-level strategy is you get the eyeballs on the digital real estate you rent and you move them to the digital real estate you own. I'm going to say that again. You get the eyeballs on the digital real estate you rent and you move them to the digital real estate you own. You rent platforms, social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, right? Some of y'all, listen, I want to say this to you very seriously right now. Don't let your age disqualify you or discount you. And I am honored that so many of you who are in an older generation than I am are present, because it shows your willingness to learn and your commitment. And so I want to encourage you that you're in the right place. And I want to disappear any fear or apprehension you might have about the technology. Everyone can learn, and everyone is on the same learning curve. The big thing is having a willingness to learn. The big thing is being willing to be taught. The big thing is being willing to grow. And if you do that, you're good. So what prompted me to say that is that there's a great platform on your phones. Download some of these apps: Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, right? You want to do that so you can start to learn and get abreast of what's going on. Sites you own, your website that you own, that your funnels, your landing pages, your emails, you own that. What happened earlier in 2019 is that Facebook and Instagram went down for like a half a day. And when Facebook and Instagram went down for a half a day, a lot of people's businesses suffered because they're directly reliant on Facebook and Instagram. Facebook and Instagram regularly change their algorithms, which means that you have to do things differently to keep up and to still reach your target and ideal audience. We're going to talk about your target and ideal audience momentarily. What happens when Facebook or Instagram says, we're changing our algorithm and you have to reset? You got to get some work. You got to figure some things out. But when you own your own platform, then you can still be successful. So what I want you to do is create this wagon wheel of marketing for yourself. I'm going to show you the wagon wheel of marketing. So the site that you own is your website or your landing page. Okay, this is the thing you're committed to. It's your website, your landing page, your email address, your app. Okay, you're committed to this. This is your home base. This is your site you own, your real estate you own. Then around the real estate you own, you're going to put all of the real estate you rent. You're going to drive the traffic from the real estate you rent to the real estate you own. So I want you to duplicate this for yourself, okay? Duplicate this for yourself. And you don't have to start with all of these. Remember, your homework assignment is just to look at your first two platforms. So start with just Facebook and Instagram. Don't worry about YouTube yet. Don't worry about Twitter yet. Don't worry about your blog yet, or LinkedIn, or your podcast. You will get there. If you can think to yourself also in your own mind, welcome to those of you who are coming in, God bless you. If you can think to yourself in your own mind, what are some other spaces where I can make myself a viable force? Where can I show up in the digital world in such a way that it can drive people from the real estate I rent to the real estate I own? Remember, you want to get people from the digital real estate you rent onto the digital real estate you own. Higher level strategy, I'll tell you a quick story. I don't know if you ever shop online for shoes or clothes, and then you go on social media and you'll see an ad for shoes or clothes, like the exact same shoes or clothes. Yes, has anybody this happened for them? Just give me a thumbs up. That's because you can install tracking pixels on the digital real estate you own. When you do that, you can track your audience, right? So since Robin says all the time, I thank you, I see you giving me energy. So that's how you can do this. When you drive traffic from the digital real estate you rent to the digital real estate you own. And so all I want you to do is get started with Facebook and Instagram just to start. So we're rolling, we're excited. We're gonna give a recap in a moment. But the next pillar of the digital ecosystem, and remember, you want to take on a system, right? We're calling it the digital ecosystem because it's not enough to just do one thing out of all of it. You have to put it all together, okay? So the digital ecosystem, the next step is community or tribe building. The high level theory to this is that realistically, you now have the capacity to build a global community right from the comfort of your home. You have the capacity to reach your ideal and your target client or customer. The high level strategy is that when you're consistently present for your people, as we've coached you to be already, they will naturally want more from you. They're sitting home. The world is changing for them also. And you as the leader are the one who's responsible for providing the content. And so what you can do is use innovative strategies to encourage group learning, growth, and accountability. This is how you move people from being solely reliant on you to creating a group structure and a group atmosphere. So the high level strategy, the implementation, high level, is that you can use membership sites, right? Social media groups, Facebook groups. You can create text chains, email chains, apps, and other methods to drive continuous communication and interaction with your community. And many of you are already doing pieces of this. And so I want to just shift your conceptualization so that you put it all together and create a robust system. High level is that you can create community, accountability, and network groups, again, that encourage the touch points between your big events. And then you can use challenges and invitations and calls to action to drive your attention from your tribe. This is super important because literally there are billions of people on the internet and they're looking for you. Your tribe is looking for you. You've always been a little bit different. Watch this. The people who have always been a little bit different are out there also. We have people from multiple countries around the world right now. I want to give a shout out to Dane and to Ivan and to Micah and to Melissa. People registered for the webinar from South Africa and from Eastern Europe and from the Philippines and from all over the United States. Your community wants you. So here's your homework. We went high level strategy. Now we're going to get granular. Here's your homework to build your community. Go and create a Facebook group for your community. I want you to invite friends and family and members of your community to join the group you create. And the group can be based off of you. The group can be based off of your message. The group can be based off of your ministry, your business, your organization, and idea. The group just has to have some central tenet. Set the guidelines for your group, set the ground rules. Be active and consistent because you have to be the one. The people are coming to the group because of you. And so they want to see you activated. Encourage others to share organically. And then here's some strategy for you. Enroll 3 to 5 people in your community to be champions of your group and get them to share regularly. You don't always want to be the person sharing your own stuff. Get people who have an agreement, spoken an agreement. They don't have to tell everybody else, but get them to agree that they are going to be your champions and they are going to share and reshare and champion you. The next section, and we're coming down to the end. I hope and I pray that you've gotten some great content and ideas from this. We're going through the digital ecosystem. We're going through each area. I'm giving you the high level overview, and then I'm giving you the practice behind it. Yes, Latrice is another person that uses groups, the power of groups, in a powerful way. We got into this already, but there are literally over 3 billion people on the internet right now. And every day that number is growing. Now is the best time for you to expand and grow. God has torn the walls down, literally, to create global opportunity. But it's up to us to see the opportunity, like the business owner that shut down or the business owner that thrived. It's up to us. So use your passion and your message to build your platform. But here's the key: create partnerships and relationships with like-minded people. We have to be social. And I was guilty of this. We go on social media, people comment on our stuff, right? Do you comment back to everybody that comments on your stuff? Do you say thank you to everybody that shares your posts? Right? These are the little things that drive numbers and engagement, but that also lets people know that you're a real person on the other side. You don't want to just be somebody that people spectate, but you're creating an ecosystem that can thrive on its own. And so I was guilty of it. I had to check myself, and I had to get present through study. You have to contact everybody back. You have to reply to every comment. And if you can't do it, assign somebody to do it. But I promise you, it will go a long way. What you begin to do is form digital relationships and digital partnerships where you can grow your community through sharing knowledge and information. We are in the knowledge and information, the personal and professional development industry is a $200 billion plus industry. That means that people want to learn digitally. People want to learn the knowledge, the expertise, the skills that you already have. The key is to package it in a way that people can get it because they literally want it right now. And so the idea, the opportunity that God has given us is to say, how do you pivot, take what you're already good at and what you have expertise in and package it in a way that you can expand. It's also an opportunity to reinvent yourself. So what I want you to do in terms of your expansion and your growth is I want you to offer something to the marketplace. Create an offer. I am offering you X. I want you to really think about it. What are you offering? Create a free offer. I want to give you this: a book, a PDF, a pamphlet, a checklist, a speech I gave, the sermon that I spoke. For our speakers here, for our ministers here, for our public speakers, you can record your messages, right? High level strategy. Record your messages, voice note, send it to rev.com, rev.com. They will transcribe it for you at an extremely cheap rate. So you say it into the audio, you send them the audio, they transcribe it by the minute and send it back to you at pennies on the dollar. You have now a manuscript or a transcript for your book. I studied and have been mentored by people in this field and industry who are New York Times bestsellers who are dyslexic, right? Dean Graziosi being one of them, who doesn't read, right? Dean Graziosi created his first book, New York Times bestseller, by recording it via audio using rev.com and sending it to an editor. That's just a strategy. I didn't even plan on throwing that in there, but I hope that helps somebody. So create something to offer. And if I didn't plan on getting into this today, but I feel the space, you can create what's called a value ladder. The value ladder is where you start at a low priced item. A lot of the times it's free. It's called a freemium. I'm going to give you something free in exchange for your email address because the email list is gold. The email list is gold. So I'm going to give you something in exchange for your email address, right? I'm going to get you on my rented digital real estate to the digital real estate I own so I can track you and I can have your information. So I get your information. Then I might start with a low-priced product, right? I might start with something for $7 for an ebook, $9 for an ebook, $50 for a 10-minute consultation, something after you've worked them from free. Then you want to work yourself up. You can have something in the mid-range prices, $400, $500. Then you want to create workshops, masterminds, courses, one-on-ones with people where you can do hourly packages, or you can do quarterly packages, or you can do yearly packages. Work with me for a year at $10,000, right? Again, you have a global audience. Stop thinking about just the people in front of you now. Because we've pivoted, the people who you want to reach, your ideal client and customer, are out there. And I want to say this, the people who can pay what you feel like God says you should be paid, they're out there too. And the numbers that you think are too much, it's not too much to them. And you can do it in a way that you can serve others for free. So for some of you, that's for business. But for some of you, you're not concerned about the finances of it. All you want to do is reach people. I get that too. A part of me, all I want to do is just help people. A part of me, I'm here sweating, giving this webinar. I'm hyped. I'm loving it. All I want to do is just be a blessing. If that's you, that's okay too. For a nonprofit, your goal is not making money. It's making impact. You can continue to do that and expand it using the internet. So make your offer to those who can benefit from your offer. I promise you, if you don't put your offer out there, then no one's going to be able to take advantage of it. And then align yourself with other leaders who are not in competition, but work together. I see Auntie Crystal's on here. I sent Auntie Crystal a message on LinkedIn the other day. I'm launching a podcast, announcing it here. I sent her a message on LinkedIn, and the thought occurred to me, I need to interview Auntie Crystal because she's such a powerful person, a human being, that if I can introduce an audience to her, it would help grow her audience, but also secretly it would help grow my audience too. But my audience would get value. This is about service. Hallelujah. This is about making an impact in the lives of people. I know this is business, but I got to be who I got to be. And this is how I flow. This is how I feel, and I feel God all up and through this. So I want to say to you, the opportunity is here for expansion. And one of the things you learn, you're going to get a book, you're going to get a workbook. I'll continue to share content. One of the things you'll learn is exactly how to reach your target audience. So that's high level. The low level, the granular, your homework for right now. The immediate action that you can take now over the next 3 months. Just do some research. Identify influencers or people that you sincerely admire. Like seriously, look them up. Go through their pages. What are they doing well? What's working? What can you borrow from what they're doing? This is about providing impact. This is about service. There's nothing untowards or sleaze. No, this is good stuff, right? We're created to help people. I love what I'm seeing. I missed it in the chat, but I want to go look at it in the chat. We were created to be someone's blessing. Yes, Latrice, connection is key. I have to shout out Latrice here because Latrice was my first coach, right? What I'm doing now in coaching you, this is what she did for me. And so this is the opportunity, this is the responsibility we have to pay it forward. And when we carry this spirit, the world is calling you. What I'm giving you now will open you up and allow the world to become your oyster. So tangibly, granularly. So identify people who are similarly situated as you that you would like to partner with. Now, you're not going to go to the person you admire, who you're emulating because you need to get on their level. You're not going to go to them and ask to partner with them because you're not really on the same level just yet. But soon you're going to level up and get on the same level with them, right? Like Tony Robbins is a big inspiration of mine. I've been doing a lot of work preparing, right? And so one day I'm going to work with Tony Robbins, but that's not today. I'm not there yet. I'm not ready. I'm getting myself together. But one day I am. That's the same with you. One day you will get to where you're supposed to be, where you're destined to be. Part of this is also about destiny. The next thing is identify people that could possibly be mentors for you. Be mentors for you in what you're looking to accomplish. And reach out to them, right? Listen, I would like to know about X, Y, and Z. Me putting myself out here doing this webinar is because in the digital space, in the pivoting space, I would love to be a mentor to you. I would love to be a coach for you. The final piece on expansion and growth is don't forget to be social. We talked about it already. Listen, respond to every comment, every message, every share, even if a person just says thank you, right? Sometimes when it's someone's birthday, people don't even write on social media happy birthday, right? They put HBD, right? Share with them and still respond to people's HBD. It'll go a long way. Finally, very important, money matters. Just say with me, the email list is gold. Listen, everybody is not concerned with making money. I got that. Some of you all who are listening are leaders in ministry. You're leaders in nonprofit. Your main point is not to make money. At the same time, you should be making some kind of money using the internet if you have the digital ecosystem. What that will look like for businesses are transactions, exchanging goods or services for value. But for a ministry or a nonprofit organization, it looks like donations. And the way donations come in are by you providing an extraordinary service to people. So a wise leader would have an e-commerce strategy. And if you will allow me, I want to teach you how to make money using the internet. So the high level strategy, the high level overview, and I'm sharing everything I'm sharing to open up a world for you. So the practice, the high level of all of this is that as your ideal client, customer, or partner, they go through your funnel, at some point, they'll be able to purchase from you. There'll be an opportunity to buy. With your digital real estate, you're nurturing the relationship, you're feeding them content, you're growing them, you're putting them in the community. At a certain point, you're gonna make your offer. And or your offers will just be hanging out. So someone loves your social content, you're putting out goodwill content on your socials, right? They go to the digital real estate you own, which is your website. They're browsing around. And oh, on your website, you just so happen to have an offer for your book. Oh, on your website, you just so happen to have an offer for a consultation. Oh, on your website, you just so happen to have a free deal in exchange for your email list or to get on the email because the email list is gold. You also, and this is one of my favorite strategies, I didn't plan on doing this, but you can create what are called digital assets that live on their own. A book is a digital asset, right? Where you can create a funnel for it and set it and forget it, and people will buy the book, the money will hit your account, and it just keeps generating, right? There are certain things that you can automate as assets. A course, an automated course. If you create the course, create the content, shoot it, put it in the membership area, let people buy it, that whole thing can be automated. You never have to touch it. 5 years from now, that book can still be selling. 7 years from now, your course can still be selling because of what you did once. So here's your homework, and we're wrapping up. Your homework is to create at least one offer, something you can sell. I'm so hyped because you're gonna go from here, you're gonna make a speech or something, you're gonna figure it out, you're gonna put a checklist. Some of you are gonna get creative, right? You're gonna start sewing, you're gonna start selling the things that you knit, you're gonna start writing more, you're going to start finding something you can sell. And there's no excuse. I'm gonna give you this for somebody who's really a hustler. You could go to Walmart or to Target right now and buy something and then look at how much it costs on eBay And if it costs more on eBay, then you sell it on eBay. So let's say there's a pair of sneakers that are selling for $100 on eBay. You can go to Target right now. You can find the same pair of sneakers for $50, sell it on eBay for $100. You just made $50, plus or minus some taxes and fees. But when I tell you that it's easy to make money on the internet, it's easy to make money on the internet. It's about your drive and your work and knowing where to go fishing. And today, I'm beginning to teach you how to fish. So money matters. Your homework is to create at least one offer. Think about something to solicit donations for. If you have a ministry, people should be sowing or giving into your ministry. If you have a nonprofit organization, people should be looking to make a donation to the nonprofit. If you're a business, one of the things Tony Robbins does is he feeds people. So when you buy one of his products, you're also going to feed X amount of people. And to date, he's fed almost a billion, he served almost 1 billion meals because of that effort. So that's something you could do also. But that's for the people. Obviously, we're being ethical. I don't even have to go into that other end. The next set of your homework is to create a Stripe and/or a PayPal account, okay? If you don't have these accounts set up, you want to get them set up so that people can pay you. Someone calls you up and they say, hey, I want to transact with you. How do I send you money? And so we want to have ways to do that. Finally, add a payment or a donation page to the digital real estate that you own, okay? Give people an option and an opportunity to participate. Don't count yourself out, but have a place where they could go, I want to support this person. Let me press donate. I want to buy this person's product. Let me buy it and let me make the process easy for people. So to recap, your homework, your personal digital ecosystem for today, your live outreach. I want you to create a schedule and go live regularly. After the webinar is over, I'm going to send you an email. In the email, there will be a book and a workbook. You will have a content schedule. I'm giving you a content schedule. There's going to be a calendar, and you can go in and you can plan out your schedule even for the rest of the year. So create a schedule and go live regularly. The second thing is create an email list and contact them. This is your homework. If you do this for the rest of this year, you're going to look back and you're going to say, thank you, Lorenzo, for helping me in this way. So create your email list and contact them. The next piece is to rent at least Facebook and Instagram. Start a Facebook page and an Instagram page at a minimum. Remember, we did the wagon wheel of marketing. You'll have the wagon wheel of marketing inside of your materials that I'm sending you. And then also optimize your website. Make sure people can donate. Make sure people can buy stuff from you. They can transact, and they can do it easily. I'll tell you a secret. I didn't plan on sharing this, but there's a statistic that roughly 40 to 50% of people look you up online before they transact or do business with you. Before they look at your church and come to your ministry, before they buy from you, before they support your nonprofit, they look at your Facebook page. Your Facebook page is kind of good. They might go to Instagram. If that's good and that's good, they're gonna go to your website. Your website's usually like the last place people will go, or maybe the first place, depending, but they're gonna check your website, right? And so if your website's not straight, they're not gonna transact with you, and you'll never know why. I'm telling you why. Get the website together so people can feel more comfortable with you, more safe with you. It's like somebody's house. If you go to somebody's house, I saw Latrice said, it's like the front door. Yeah, if you go to somebody's house and it's janky, you're going to be gracious towards them because that's how you're built. But you're not going to be as apt or as comfortable to transact with them. So optimize your website. The next part for your try building homework is start your Facebook group. enroll your champions, and invite your community. If you already have your group, maybe your next step is having that conversation with exactly who your people are and saying, I need you to repost everything. I need you to write. Like, that's the strategy that people are using at a high level. The next pillar of the digital ecosystem is expansion and growth. Identify your digital role models is the first step. Who are you? I love to watch Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, Russell Brunson, right? Now, if you'll notice, I'm going to just say it. These are not names of people who look like people in my culture, right? Sometimes we have to go into other places to get the knowledge, information, resources to bring it back to our people. I'm going to be honest, there aren't many people in the digital space teaching like I'm teaching right now, giving away this information. And not very few, but the people I've encountered, many don't know about this, right? But as you invest in yourself, something powerful is going to happen. So identify your role models. They don't have to look like you. If you're a man, your role model could be a woman. If you're a woman, your role model could be a man. If you're African American, your role model could be Chinese. If you're Chinese, your role model could be Hispanic, right? You wanna go for the heart and for the spirit in this day and age. And then partner with a friend. Reach out to somebody, say, listen, I need to work with you. You do this, I do that. Let's work together and cross brand. Finally, money matters. I'm gonna help you get some money before this year is out using the internet. Create an offer. And the other thing is, many of you already have an offer because you're already in business, you're already in ministry, you're already in nonprofit. It's just a matter of presenting your offer. So simply create an offer and then create a method to accept the payment or the donation. Your Stripe, your PayPal, right? Infusionsoft, Cash App, Zelle, Venmo. Ideally, you would take it all. I'm just telling you right now to get one, but ideally you would have all of these mechanisms. So this tool, I'm going to skip this tool right now for the sake of time, but you will have it inside of your workbook that I send to you. It's one of the most powerful tools that I use when I work with groups. It's called the Needle Movers. The first question is, consider, what was your biggest needle mover in the last 90 to 100 days? So if you look back over the last 90 to 100 days, what was the biggest thing you did that made an impact for yourself? And then you'll look at those 3 positive impacts. You'll look at how you can add fuel to it. And then it'll ask you, what is the number one thing you could do for your business, organization, or ministry in the next 12 months? Just think about that question right now. What is the number one thing, or what is one of the top things you could do for your business, your organization, or your ministry in the next 12 months? Just think of one thing in your mind right now you could do for your business, your organization, or your ministry to get you to where you need to go. You filled out the goals when we did the clarity tool at the beginning of the workshop. Now you're looking at one thing you could possibly do. If we had some more time, if we were working in perhaps a longer workshop setting, what I would do is bring some people live and we would begin to look at what you did and the steps you took so that it could help someone else. I would have us to begin to share out what were some of the biggest needle movers for you in the last 90 to 100 days. Because if you can pinpoint the needle movers in your life, if we can keep just moving the needle, then when you look back a year from now, things will be so transformed for you. So I always want you to look out for what are the needle movers in your life. Like, the email list is gold. The needle movers. I'll share one thing for me, that one of the biggest needle movers in the last 120 days for me was hiring a staff. I'm going to show you and teach you another time how to do that so that you don't have to do everything. That's the other apprehension people have, right? You don't want to have to do everything. You probably can't figure out how to do everything, or you don't have the time to. So I'll show you how you can hire the people to do it. So your homework is to create your very own digital ecosystem. That's what your homework is, okay? I want to thank you all for being here. I've showed you the digital ecosystem. I've showed you the outline. I hope that what I've given you so far has been enough to provide you a springboard and a jumping point for your next season and your next quarter. I want to say to you that if you look at the future of what's happening, the world is shifting. And so this is the end of our time together now. I want to thank you. If you never watched another video of mine, you never got anything else from me, I want to thank you, and I hope that you have enough to begin to implement a system. If you watch or your email, I'm going to send you a book. I'm going to send you a workbook. I'm going to send you the recording of this webinar, and I'm also going to send you the PowerPoint. I hope that I've provided so much value for you right now that you will allow me the opportunity to offer you something, another opportunity. If you're complete here, then I honor you and thank you. But if you're not complete and you know right now that you'd like to continue to do something, you'd like to continue to work, get some coaching and some training, I've put together some very exciting and special offers that's going to create tremendous value for you, and so that we can continue our work together. And I'm so excited to present it to you. So the first part of my special offer is that I'm going to be doing 2 1/2-day workshops where I operate them as a mastermind. I use the tools, I use everything that you've seen today, and we go even deeper. I'll ask and answer personal questions, and we'll take some at the end of this presentation. We'll do small group settings. I'll get us into some breakout rooms, and we'll also do some networking using the mastermind principle. I'm going to show you the things that have moved the needle for me and my business. I'm going to teach you how to outsource effectively and at a price effective number. I'm going to teach you how exactly to reach your ideal client or customer. I'm going to teach you to create a niche. I'm going to teach you to identify who the people you want to reach are, and then exactly how to reach them. And then I'm going to show you how to build a digital enterprise based off of you. So many of us have multiple things we're doing, right? We have a ministry, we have a business, we have a book, we have an idea. And I know because you are me and I am you. I'm the same way. And so I want to help you create all of that. And the second workshop will be in November. So that's the first part of my special offer. But that's not all I'm going to be offering. I'm also have created a full course for the digital ecosystem. It's 8 modules. Every section we've gone through today has its own module. Each module is 45 minutes to an hour. I've created and put together over 20 hours of content and extras, resources, charts. If I have delivered for you at all today, I promise you what you find in this course is going to impress you and blow you away even more. So I've pre-recorded videos. I'm going to give you slides. I'm going to give you the audios, the transcripts of the lessons. I'm going to go in depth about each aspect of the system. I'm going to give you specialized tools like the needle movers, like the Clarity tool. I've created a whole tool kit for this. It's also going to be available 24/7. So you'll have your own username and password, and you can learn at your pace. I'm also going to give you lifetime access. This is my first launch of any of this. I am still beta testing is what you could call it. So I'm going to be continuing updates, right? I'm going to continue to provide tremendous value, but this is just the beginning. It's just the start. And so I welcome your feedback because we're going to keep getting better. But because of that, I want to give you lifetime access to the course, and anything I do, anything I upgrade, you'll have access to it as well. You'll be a partner with me as we build this out. And again, there's 20 hours of content and extras. But not only that, because the course is one thing, the 2 half-day workshops are another thing, but they're also, like I said, needs to be continuing things. Part of what I'm doing is also modeling some structures for you. So I also want to invite you as a part of this offer to become a part of the digital ecosystem Inner Circle. The digital ecosystem Inner Circle has access to a special support community. So we'll have a Facebook group, but we'll also have a membership group. We'll have monthly group coaching calls. We'll pick a day and I'll come live for an hour and a half or 2 hours and literally coach, develop, and answer your questions. Also going to do special giveaways and resources. And all of what I'm doing now, even down to the way I'm doing it, I really would love to share and teach you how to do. So to recap, so you can see it, what I'm offering you right now, I'm so excited, are access to 2 1/2-day workshops. If you can't make the workshops, the workshop recordings will be available in your membership area. They're going to be on Saturday, September 19th, literally from 9:30 in the morning to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll have a lunch break, but we're going to go intensive, and I'm going to show you in depth everything you need to know, like holding your hand. The next thing I'm offering is access to the full course. It's 8 modules, specialized knowledge, lifetime access. You already know, I cited the statistics, online learning, e-commerce, $300+ billion. Personal development and education is now the wave of the future. As traditional educational models shift, I would love to show you and help you how to do alternative education, like what we're doing now. Finally, I'm also going to offer you 1-year access to the digital ecosystem Inner Circle, a full year of monthly coaching calls, a full year of a networking and support group, a full year of being in this energy, a full year of connecting with people all over the world who are like-minded, just like you. If you're here, you're perfect for this. And I want you to participate. I'll keep doing webinars. I'll keep doing free stuff. It's my commitment to serve. In fact, part of my strategy is to give away so much free content that those who can't afford my programs will be able to afford them with the free content I give them. They'll be so happy that I've delivered so much value through the free content that when they make the money off of the free content, I'm the first stop they're coming to. Lorenzo, thank you so much for helping me. And now I want to enroll in your course. Now I want to enroll in your mastermind. And I want to teach you how to do the same thing because God has put too much inside of you to allow it to perish or become obsolete during this time. It's just time to pivot and create your system. So I want to pause there. winwithlorenzo.com/registration. I'm so clear on what I'm offering that I feel like if you don't sign up, I'm doing you a disservice. I've done something wrong if you need this and don't sign up. So I'll leave it there. Thank you, everybody.